So I get this question all the time. Is it the right time to get back together? Or even, is it right to get back together at all? This is what we're going to be talking about today, so stay tuned. Who am I to talk about this? I'm Coach Paula Grooms, a dating and relationship coach, licensed social worker, and author of the book, Why Won't He Commit? How a Man Decides to Make You the One. This is a big question, and there really is only one answer to it. It's simple, but not easy. The simple answer is when you have made enough change to evoke change in your man to whatever degree possible, that is the only time you should consider getting back together, and that is the right time to get back together. So what do I mean about you have changed enough? This is very intense work and transformation, because you might be blaming him for all that went wrong in your relationship. And it's easy to do. However, it's not the mindset that is actually correct, and it's certainly not the mindset that will get you what it is that you desire and deserve. Probably, if you want to be back together, there was love there. You knew there was love there. There was certainly enough there that you really wanted the relationship. Likely he did too, to one degree or another. But if your self-concept was not at a place whereby you held your extreme value that you knew, and you focused on you and not on him, and you were not needy of the relationship, and I mean in a very deep way, emotionally needy, whether you displayed that or not. And what I mean by that is whether you actually talked about it, made reference to it, thought about it while with him. If your mental diet when you were with him was filled with him more than you, then you were not on the right track. I just know that in what I do and in coaching in this realm of dating and relationships. If you as the woman, your focus was on him and the relationship, and that took up more than 20% of your thinking time, then you were not on the right track. And if it is still there, then it is not the right time for you to get back together or even consider it, because not enough has changed within you. When you make the changes in you, you will see the changes come through others, and specifically in your love relationships. Time alone does nothing to change people, relationships, outcomes, nothing. It's what you do with that time. So if you have taken that time and worked so much on yourself, self-concept, self-worth, discovering what your programming has been to lead you to be needy of a man's time, attention, and affection, to be feeling like you are always in wanting or need, or you're in lack, and you likely inadvertently translated that all to him. It's inescapable, really. You can't escape it. If you haven't done the work, it will come through in your love relationships. It's the work that I do with women to transform their relationships to the one they desire and deserve. Regardless, it is important to do, even if a primary relationship does not go to the end result that you want it. The transformation in you will likely mean that you no longer wanted the relationship. In other words, with the women that I work with, when they do this work on themselves and they want a relationship enough and do and behave their way in a way that allows a man to feel comfortable, to know that she is in and of herself, standing in her value, knowing her worth, relating that to the man, he will typically come up to that level. If not, it was never going to happen. and never going to be possible. And then the woman knows that. 9 times out of 10, the man transforms too. This is the beauty of it. I have a saying, get right with you and he will do right by you. It is foundational and fundamental in relationships where there is some type of real love, affection, and desire. You can have this. You need to do the right work on it. And if you are just talking to someone, meaning going to counseling and nothing is changing, you're not getting to what it really is, both behaviorally for him and then in your subconscious deepest way of transforming yourself for you. Really think about this. If things aren't changing, you need to make changes to make those changes happen. And typically what happens is we do counseling or therapy to help make those changes. And what that is mostly about, therapy, I'm talking about typical counseling or therapeutic things, is therapy is meant for a relationship that is reparative. And through a reparative relationship, someone can feel better about themselves. That's great. And they can gain more insight into what has happened, or insight, meaning actual insight into their person, being, way of relating. That's great. But then you need a bit more for a love relationship to go the distance. And that is where coaching like this, when you have the man of the moment, the one that you desire, and you want to make that happen, then it's an objective viewpoint on the behaviors vis-a-vis how a man sees and receives those behaviors. This combo, it's golden. It can really make things work for you, and that's what I'm all about, and that's what I help women get. The relationship, the man they desire and deserve. You can do this. Go to my book. Get my book first. See if those concepts ring true to you. Then go further. Get the information that can lead you to take the steps towards transformation. Go to the 80/20 Wonder Club, the 8020wonder.club. That is where you will have all the episodes of Make Him Wonder. Make Him Wonder is my podcast, real life love and relationship coaching conversations that I have with women whom, for the most part, 90% of the time, I've never talked to before. And you will hear these in-depth conversations about deep relationships. You can get those in a club membership all together in categories of 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s and beyond, dating and relationships, divorce dating, single dating, all of it. And it can really help you. There's so many places to get information. And then you want to get to a level whereby you say, okay, I'm ready for transformation. And that's the time for us to talk, whether it is on the podcast or in a consult, so we can really hone in on what it is that is that little bit of difference for you that will allow you to know, are you ready to get back with that special one in your life? Because if you've made these transformations and changes, the likelihood that he will step up to them and rise to them is very, very high. And then you will never have to look back again, and you will absolutely know. That's what I want for you. Having that knowing, that peace of mind that you've done everything, you've made those changes, and now if you want it, you can have it. You may not. Either one is a win, and we want the win for you. I trust you got a lot of good information from today's video, and I enjoy bringing you content that is valuable for success in your romantic life. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the alert bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you want more on any of the content you see here, you can go to my book, Why Won't He Commit? How a Man Decides to Make You the One. You can order it at any fine retailer where you get your books. And if you want more on me or any of my programs, my podcast, go to CoachPaulagrooms.com, and we could be talking soon.